How you doing, everybody? Hope you're having a good day and a blessed day. The title of the lesson is "More Important Than," and we're gonna find that some things are more important than other things, and yet we often do not treat them as being important. And everybody goes through life with their own set of priorities and think that their world is more important than someone else's. And often we place value upon the wrong things. Now, one might think that the championship game is the most important thing in the world, but for some, there are other things on their minds. Some may be sitting at the bedside of a loved one who is breathing their last breath. Some may be involved in the birth of a child, and some may be working to provide for their family, not to mention the billions of people who could care less about a game because they're hungry and poor and destitute. So there's times when we think something is really important, yet there's other things prove to be more important. See, a person might think that they're very special and cannot leave work because things would just suffer without them. But if they got a phone call said their child was in an auto accident, they should leave immediately and go to the hospital to meet their child there. At that moment, the child needs the most important person in the world next to them, one of their parents. And so, yeah, thinking about these things. See, no matter what we think is important, there's always something more important. That is, until you get to the most important thing of all. You know, Jesus Christ, our Savior, having a relationship with Him. That is proven to be the most important thing in life because that has ramifications for the afterlife. See, being a faithful Christian is very important. It's the most important thing you can do with your life when you think about it, if you look at your life as a whole. Yeah, and sure, we cannot shirk our parental and spousal duties. We cannot shirk our duty to provide for our families. And it is foolish if we do not plan for the later stages of lives. But all that will be wasted and useless if we are not faithful Christians. So, we make plans for our future and have great expectations for the future. Yeah, we plan, we save, and we want to travel when we retire and stuff like this. And then the doctor tells you you have a health problem and you're not going to make it to old age. What do we do then? Well, it might be wise to make sure you get your affairs in order and maybe assist your family for after when you're gone. Get all the legal documents prepared and get ready for that time. And so, and it would be best to evaluate your relationship with God at that time because you don't know how much time you have left. And honestly, nobody has a knowledge of how much time they have left. I mean, that's all up to God anyway. And so we need to take care of that first responsibility and then just worry about the rest day by day. And here's something to consider. We might think that good friends are very important people in our lives. And sometimes we treat them that way. but let's face it, if your friend is not helping you to be a faithful Christian, they are causing you harm. All right, evaluate that. I mean, the people you want to spend your time around are those who want to encourage you to get to heaven. If your BFF does not care if you get to heaven or not, then they're really not your best friend, even though we treat them like that. And yes, we have fond affection for our friends and those that we care about, but we need to be having them help us get to heaven the same way we need to be helping them get to heaven. So we offer them words of encouragement, and we offer them the salvation that comes through Jesus Christ. And what you're going to find out is if they are not interested in Jesus Christ, basically you're going to find out that they don't really care to be your friend that much. I mean, that's very possible. And so you're going to realize they're not that important for you to have in your life. And so you do need to find faithful Christians who will encourage and motivate you to do the really important things in life. All right. But when all is said and done, and you are standing there before God on Judgment Day, you will realize that it is too late to try and figure out what is really the most important things. I mean, those have already passed. Those opportunities are already gone. So, we need to make sure we evaluate our priorities. We evaluate what is the most important thing, not only in our life today, but in the days to come. When we figure out what is the most important thing in life, that's the goal that we work on. And the efforts that we make today will be applied towards that ultimate goal. So if you do not make it to heaven, you'll have an eternity to figure out what was really important. And believe me, that very first moment, you'll know what was really important. And you'll have that figured out right away. And then you'll have the rest of eternity to ponder and wonder, well, why didn't I? Why didn't I? You know, I could have. But it'll all be a matter of questioning, why didn't I obey the gospel? Why didn't I put my faith in God? Why didn't I try to live like a Christian? That's what you're going to be saying the rest of eternity. And you'd think, well, something like that would make someone mad or extremely depressed. Well, folks, you got a whole eternity of that feeling. But, and you can figure out what is really important before it's too late, and you'll be able to enjoy the beauty of heaven, the eternal weight of glory, as Paul described in 2 Corinthians 4, verse 17. It's going to be beyond our human comprehension how great and wonderful heaven is going to be. And if we don't put Jesus first in our lives and following God's commandments, we're not going to make it to heaven. So we encourage you, do those things, because that is more important than anything else, is making it to heaven. And yes, you got to figure out how to work all your responsibilities in and still keep Jesus first in your life. So we encourage you to do those things. All right, if you like this message, share it with others. Help them see what is really important, and do something for yourself to do something for God. So you can share messages on Facebook, put inspirational messages on there of your own making, or if you want to just get a Bible verse and put it on your page, I encourage you to do that. And then, of course, you could really sit back and evaluate who your real friends are, and by the comments that they make on these passages. I mean, so just like, for example, take Matthew 7:21. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he that does the will of my Father which is in heaven. I mean, that says volumes right there. And that's one passage that you really need to commit to memory and share with everybody that you can. And put it on your Facebook page and let everybody see that, because that is really more important than anything you can say about politics or the meal you're about to eat or some recipe or anything like that. Telling people that the only way they're going to get to heaven is to obey God. I mean, what can be better information than that? Just answer me that. What can be better? What can be more important than that? So do that, and you'll benefit others. So we're getting into the lesson now. You have a good day today. Think about these things and share this message. I hope I'm some sort of inspiration for you. The words that I say will help you every day. And Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow with another lesson. So for right now, you have a good day and keep it a blessed day. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.